To measure volume. Different ways to measure the volume. All right. Now, this is a graduate cylinder. Look over here. The shape. It is there in your book. We will discuss different other equipments are there to measure the volume. This is pipette, brute, measuring flask. All right, it is the first one is having marking from 0 ml to 25 ml. Second one is having marking from 0 ml to 50 ml. Measuring flask look like this, and each flask is being having a known fixed quantity of that it can store the volume. This is 250 ml. A little smaller one will be containing 100 ml, bigger one will be containing 500 ml, and so on. All right, as per the requirement. Now to calculate the volume of the object using displacement. Measuring dimension of objects that are irregularly shaped can be difficult and lead to inaccurate measurement and calculation of volume. By measuring the amount of water displaced by an object, you can easily determine its volume without complex formula. This method can also be used to determine the volume of a regular shape. The procedure is as follows. Fill a graduated cylinder with water. You have to fill it like this. And you have already studied in class 6th the error of parallax with the scale. Here the same thing will be there. Your eye should be exactly at the level of water. But here one important thing you have to observe about the meniscus. Liquid is having a property of having a concave shape like this. You must have observed because of the surface tension. Surface tension I have already discussed in class 6 that surface tensions is generally is there on the free surface of water, because water is having one free surface. So here the force of attraction will be more at the end, and here the force of attraction will be less. So this part inclines like this, make a shape of a concave shape. It makes a concave shape. So we have to focus this side. All right, we cannot focus on the corner of the liquid. We have to focus on the downward portion. This we say, with this we can calculate or find out the exact level of water. But in mercury it is just opposite. Mercury is exceptional. We take it becomes like this convex shape. So for this we have to put our eye in such a level that it can exactly, we can mark like this. All right, we have to mark this way to get an exact figure or record of the volume. Right, this is meniscus property for liquid. Now, a graduated cylinder is a piece of a lab equipment that has graduated marking. Different markings are there, all right, on outside, and allow you to measure the volume of liquid. Make sure the graduated cylinder is large enough to contain your object. It should not have this face of the cylinder should not be too narrow that object cannot go inside. It should be broad enough so that it can any object can go inside it. You want to fill it with enough water to complete submerged, and try to fill water so that the object can be easily submerged. can go easily inside. The water is covered with the object, with an object, but not overflow. Don't make it fill this much that any object you try to do and the water will displaced off. Try to fill the water to a certain level only. Now, when you record the starting volume of water, be sure to look at the water at the eye level and record the value of the bottom of the meniscus. And the meniscus is the curve that the water takes when it comes in contact with another surface that I have already discussed. Now, gently place the object in a beaker. Take care not to drop the object. Don't try to drop the object in the beaker. Very slowly try to put it inside. Now, water splashing out of the graduate, it means if you will try to put the object directly, some of the water will come out from the beaker, then your reading will be failure. So don't try to do it that way. Very slowly try to put the object inside the graduate cylinder. If any water overflows when you place the object in the beaker, try again with a large graduated cylinder or use less water. Now here, suppose that this was the level of your water. After putting the object, the level arises this much. So this part is V1 and this final part is V2. So V2 minus V1 will give you the increased volume of a liquid, that is 30 ml, and we all know 1 ml is equals to 1 centimeter cube. So we can convert 30 ml is equals to 30 centimeter cube already here. Now the amount of water the object displaces is equal to the volume of the object itself measured in cubic centimeter. Liquid are generally measured in milliliter. However, 1 milliliter is equals to 1 cubic centimeter, already derived, already explained. So this we will get the weight of the volume of an object. All right.